Alright, I think this is the first time that I'm starting to stream this season before the game starts. I could have done it last week with the Giants Bulldogs game, but I wanted to start the stream when the bounce happened. Yeah. But here we are. We're ready to go. We've had a siren, which means obviously the game's going to start in a bit. It's meant to start in a minute, but sometimes it don't start on time. I know. It's hello, me, number. How you doing? Welcome. I need to get the chat up. It's got to be an easier way to. It's got to be an easy way to put a chat on screen. Why have I got to find my stream on my own channel and copy the link and then paste it into OBS? There's got to be an easier way. Hello Ben, how you doing? 3-0 way to lose. Well, we'll find out if they lose today. Jeez, Marvel looks empty. Not the same as yesterday. There was a bit more of a turnout. Did you watch yesterday's game, Ben? That was quite something in the second half. First goal of the game, St Kilda. It's a good goal as well. Good teamwork leading up to it, and a very nice finish from distance. Still not a fan of this scoreboard. Takes up the entire bottom of the screen. Hello, Ravina, how you doing? Welcome. Oh, you're backing the Dockers today, yeah? Is it because of a tip, or is it because you just like them more than, say, Kilda? Defensive mark Saints. You like when Fremantle is all fast, handball chains, but when they try and slow down, they let the opposition an opportunity to get back in the game. Good analysis. Ah, you like the Dockers, okay. Who did I tip? Saints. I tipped every home team this round. Thought I'd try something funny. I went for every home team on purpose. Welcome, Dynamic Pool. Here we go. Behind. That was an opportunity there to get the second goal. Couldn't quite get the finish right. If Fremantle want to win, they need good away wins. Yes, I agree. Hello, GB. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Go Hawks. Tis indeed a must-win and a big night for both teams, really, both coaches. There we go. Goal Frio. That is good for them. I was seeing PSG win. Awful, mate. The players didn't turn up. PSG been on a bit of a Premier League slaughter spree. They eliminated Liverpool and Aston Villa. Now they're 1-0 up against us. If we play more like I did against Real Madrid, then maybe Rafinha, but I don't know. I think if PSG score, it'll be very difficult. Hopefully we can do it, but I don't know. PSG are very good. It is like possible, just, you know. It's not like Mission Impossible, but we got to play a lot better than we did last week. Well, it's still this week, actually. Because remember when they eliminated Liverpool, obviously, but on penalties, Liverpool went to France, they won 1-0. PSG dominated that game, but Liverpool still managed to win. So they can be stopped from scoring. Aston Villa only lost by a goal. They were 2-0 down at Villa Park and won 3-2. Obviously wasn't enough to win the tie, but it is possible to really take them out, but we need to do better going forward. Here come the Saints. Never mind, 3-0 mark. Yeah, the crowd basically died after the goal. The goal was only 4 minutes in. Before that, it was so loud, but then it just completely died out. You can watch my vlog on it. The start of the game was like electric, and then as soon as PSG scored, it's just like, eh. Bodo Glimt's stadium is in the Arctic Circle. I don't know if I think Spurs will still beat them, but you know, maybe the cold might help the Norwegians. Not much has happened since Frio's goal. Not even any drama. Exactly 10 minutes left on the countdown clock. Yeah, true, Ben. It's very tight at the moment. Behind for the Saints. Oh, yeah, WWE confirmed Australia's pay-per-view, and it's Crown Jewel. The one they were doing in Saudi all these years is now going to be in Australia in October in Perth. That's the first thing I saw when I woke up. I was just like, Crown Jewel? I thought they'd get something bigger than that. Also get a SmackDown and a Raw either side. If Pat McAfee beats Gunther, I go to AEW. It's funny you mentioned that. I bought an AEW ticket last night. They're coming to London in August, to the O2 Arena. Tickets are a bit expensive, but I bought something right at the back at the top, and it's like 50 quid. My first AEW event. So it looks like I'm going to AEW if Pat McAfee wins or not. I'm still a WWE guy, don't worry. I just want to see what they're about because I've only seen videos of them really. I like MJF. Plus they got a lot of former WWE stars anyway. Fremantle free kick for that, eh? Mark, maybe? There is a mark. It's for St Kilda. Anytime anything goes inside 50, there's a defensive mark. And that's on both sides of the field. Neither team having any weaknesses defensively at the moment. Very different to yesterday. Yesterday, both teams were so vulnerable at the back. It's crazy that Sally's the next Royal Rumble. Yeah, I know. I've always wanted to go to Royal Rumble. One day I will. I was kind of hoping to come to London one day, but I don't know if it will. We got money in the bank though, so maybe it's possible. Because it's my favourite type of WWE match, or wrestling match in general. So I'd love to see one in person. North doing North things. Yeah, I know. I'm grateful though because my gauntlet was in Essendon. I put my gauntlet tip on Essendon. I was stressing so much last night, or yesterday morning actually for me. Excuse me. But to get Melbourne and Essendon out of the way is good. Just that Essendon, they scored 6 goals in the first quarter, right? 6 goals. They had a very fast start. They ended with 9 goals. They scored 1 goal in the second, 1 goal in the third, 1 goal in the fourth. All they had to do was score more than a goal a quarter, and they would have been comfortable. They somehow still won. How'd you score 3 goals after quarter time and still win the game? I don't know. I don't know how Essendon fans watch their team, bro. It's, it just seems like suffering every week. I don't know how they cope. I couldn't last one round. One game watching Essendon, wanting them to win, I was just like, I was done after the game. That was crazy. Especially that Kako, when Kako made that run, I think it was the end of the third quarter, or was it end of this first half, I can't remember. End of one of the quarters, Kako made a great run, ran past like 4 players, and there was 2 teammates right in front of him and 1 North defender. Sorry, that's my alarm. There was 2 players right in front of him, 2 teammates in the 50, and 1 North defender. All he has to do was kick it to one of them, and he shot, and he put it out on the full. I was just like, "What are you doing, mate? you could have got the win there." He did make up for it next quarter, though. He scored the goal. Hello, Epic, and how you doing? They're being conservative. If maybe they were. What were North doing? That's the question. If anyone watches this on Fox, what is this pressure factor thing? How does that work? How do you get the number 189 pressure factor? What's the highest pressure factor you can get? How do you calculate this pressure factor thing? I'm so curious. I sometimes see a statistic on the bottom of the screen on the scoreboard. Pressure factor for both teams. I'm just like, what is that? How do you calculate that? I can work out that if one team has a higher pressure factor, clearly their pressure is better. Sure. Where'd you get the number 200 from? I'm very curious to know. We got 4 viewers, 4 likes currently. That's a good ratio. That. Well, there are 26 overall views, so that's not so good a ratio, but still, we take those. 8-6, so exciting. I know, right, Ben? It's almost been the whole first quarter. There's been some good marks, you know. Some good handball work, some good teamwork. Some good tackling. Yep. Just missing a few goals. You see this play right here. That was a very good passage of play. Doesn't lead to much apart from a ball up, but you know, it's something. And there's been good pressure, as judging by the numbers. Their pressure factors were pretty close to each other. Ooh, here come the Saints. Higgins, go! Go Saints! Decent goal. Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, to be honest, Dynamic Pool. Like, they put North... they put Essendon North on Thursday night. They've got Eagles Melbourne on Saturday. I don't know what they're cooking up there, but they're cooking it. No, they're cooking a salad is what they're cooking. 3:17 on the clock. There is still time for multiple goals, but multiple goals is a rarity in this quarter. best games for last. Yeah, but still, like the fact that the Sydney derby is this weekend as well. Collingwood Geelong is a huge game. I would say the Q Clash, but the thing is, the Q Clash is normally not a good game most of the time. But because both teams are good now, it might actually be a good game this time. So that also is a game that could have been a different day. I remember the Freo game I went to against the Bulldogs. The umpires got booed off the field that day. They still won the game though. Be bold and have Carlton versus Adelaide, as that's going to be an epic game. It could be a very good game, to be fair. That is also another one. Even Bulldogs Port Adelaide is a is a decent game, but that one's at Mars Stadium, so that one makes sense. I'm pretty sure they can't play games at night over there, so that one actually makes sense. But still a higher quality game than yesterday. How much is KO? Yeah, same Ben. I got Watch AFL, but like that's Watch AFL is actually not available in Australia, which is quite interesting because it's like specifically made for international viewers. So we get every AFL game and the Fox Footy channel 24/7, which I never watch, but I'm sure it's good. Hello, Ethan. Welcome. Yeah, I'm sure the game's on channel 7, but it's on Fox as well. Be on two channels. Siren sounds. So Saints have a kick. No, Saints, sorry. Oh, well, sorry, my mind went crazy. They did have a kick, but obviously it was a defensive kick. 70 points going to be enough to win this game? Definitely could be. Definitely could be. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I've only missed 20 seconds. Saints paid figures in New Zealand from 2013 to 2015. Oh, I didn't know that. I've been to a few countries, New Zealand, China, and the UK once. But I didn't know about it back then. I think in the UK, the EPL is all pay to watch. Yeah, there's no free Premier League in the UK. There used to be when I was a kid. We don't get every game. and any 3 p.m. game on Saturday is not on television in the UK. So 3 p.m. would be in Melbourne midnight, right? Or 2 a.m. depending on what time of year it is, because the clocks change. Yeah, so those ones, the 3 p.m. games in the UK are not on TV. The rest of them are on TV, but you gotta pay for it, and it's a lot of money. I think in total you gotta pay like £100 a month or something, because it's on 3 different channels. There's Sky Sports, there's BT, well they're called TNT Sports now. There's Sky Sports, there's TNT Sports, and there's Amazon Prime. Amazon get like 2 match days a year, I think. Sky Sports get most of it, and TNT get like a game or 2 a week, I think. It should be an easy goal, this, and it is. Fremantle, the Kings of Fraud Town. Dynamic was with member for 7 months. That's awesome. All of a sudden, it looks like an uphill struggle for the Dockers. Oh, another free kick to the Saints now. Good smother there. Freo escape for now. Defensive mark for the Saints. Freo have only got one. Like, it's not just like they got one goal and a few behinds. They just got the one score. It's a bit worrisome. There's 13:40 left on the second quarter clock. Do I think either of these teams make the 8? At the moment, no, I don't think so. I'm not seeing enough from either team. You feel for those who support Fremantle. Like, do you not want to pull your hair out? Excuse me. Here we go. Freo inside 50 maybe. No mark taken. Fremantle shockers. At the moment, so far in this game, Fremantle just don't look threatening when they go forward. They kick it inside 50, it just like sensibly fine. They don't seem like a threat. Here we go. The Saints just gave the ball away to them. Let's see what they can do. Nothing happened. They're right next to the goal and nothing's happening. Freo needs to wake up, bro. Oh, here we go. No, never mind. Saints finally clear it. It's back in though from Freo. Frederick Mark! Inside 50. Let's go. Let's see if Freo can finally get a goal. Only their second goal of the damn game. It's a behind. Well, it's the second score of the game. That's a start. The Saints started with one goal and a behind, you know. But it could be something to build on. Me numbers a Freo fan. Big kick for the Saints. 10 minutes on the clock in the second quarter. Bro, that kid. Do you see that kid? What? After that Saints had shot, there was a kid going like this. And it just looked so funny. Because that's the first thing they cut to in the crowd after he kicked it. Why is everyone confused except me and Ben? Do Channel 7 show different cameras or something? Do Channel 7 like have to have a different camera to Fox? Is that what it is? Because what me and Ben both saw was there was a ginger kid on the screen going like this on the screen. It was just full screen, just him for like 2 seconds. And everyone else in the chat is confused. Like, are we watching different cameras? I'm confused. Because I'm watching it on Fox, and so is Ben. So I'm just thinking, oh, people just didn't see the kid, or they just Channel 7 are different cameras. Like, which one is it? Yeah, but different scoreboards is different. Scoreboards depends on your channel brand and everything. But, like, cameras are a bit different, no? I'm just curious. Do they have different cameras, or do they use the same ones? Like, are they just 2 big cameras next to each other just going around the stadium? Here's the Fox camera, here's the Chat 7 camera. Yeah, well, it seems to me like the Channel 7 didn't show the funny ginger kids, so, you know. But that's a different thing. The Fitzroy flag should count because they merge clubs. Why are their flags not part of the club? That makes zero sense. I feel like they shouldn't just erase Fitzroy's history. They should put their flags together. Port Adelaide are not a merged team. They're just an original club. That's a completely different thing. There's 2 different situations. .5:48 on the clock. Flip's sake. Why don't Fitzroy's flags count? Like, what's the reason behind it? Like, obviously the flags count. They count, but I mean, like, why they're not part of the merger? Higgins mark. Free kick, 3-0 now. Fitzroy still a club playing the VFA. Oh, okay. So do those flags count towards them? Like, does that new Fitzroy club have those Fitzroy flags behind them? Bro got tripped up. St Kilda free. Just out of curiosity, when does the NRL season run? Because I'm curious to know whether I can. Because if it runs at the same time as AFL, which I think it does anyway. Because I'm pretty sure their finals around the same time, right? I feel like I can fit an NRL game next when I visit next year. .3:11 on the clock. So when does A League run? I also want to see an A League game. What's the sport you hate the most? Lacrosse. I once played lacrosse at school in PE. I was goalkeeper, right? And there was a guy, he was through on goal. I was trying to save it, and I think I did save it, right? But he swung the lacrosse stick. The ball missed. I'm pretty sure I saved it, but the lacrosse stick whacked my lip, and it cut my lip. I had to go home. Never played lacrosse again. Also, don't like watching it. It's just not a fan. Yeah, I don't like watching golf either. I find it incredibly boring. But I reckon if I played golf, I'd probably enjoy it. I'd be terrible though. Yeah, I don't like cricket either. I find that boring as well. I don't know how people sit through test matches. I get bored from watching highlights of 2020, let alone tests. I don't know what the umps are doing. At this rate, there'll be another Siren Gate. They got the right teams for it. Fremantle escape. Sri Lanka good at cricket? Yeah, won 2 World Cups as well. But if I watch cricket, I'd support England. I wouldn't support Sri Lanka if I watch cricket. My granddad would, though. My granddad would support Sri Lanka. The rest of my family don't care about sport anyway. Scoring under 10 points and a half is frustrating. It's concerning. Sorry, I don't know why I read that as frustrating. It would be frustrating for Frio. Those Saints fans are passionate. What was that? That sums up Frio today. Just kick it out on the full, you know? When you're on the attack. Yeah. Sri Lanka not going to qualify for World Cup, mate. I hate to break it to you. But bloody terrible, mate. We're playing qualifiers, and we're playing qualifiers for the qualifiers, but don't qualify for the qualifiers. There is a team, though. I remember playing as them in the 2010. FIFA released a game just for the World Cup in 2010, South Africa. It was one of my honestly, it's one of the best FIFAs. I think it's one of the best FIFAs. World Cup 2010 South Africa, um, and yeah, they had like 200 countries on it, and Sri Lanka was on it as well. Well, that is half time. Um, 34 combined points and a half. All right, I'll be right back. Well, I'll be back for the second half because I'm gonna go shower. I got work today. Hello. I just got back like a minute ago. Oh, Taco was here. I assume he's still not here anymore. He doesn't stick around too long normally. But welcome Taco, I guess. Thank you. The pressure has been very good. Very good indeed. So many good tackles. This could be the Russ Lyon Cup. What was that? Have I got a 50 record? Yeah, I got the gather round one. I showed it in the souvenir video. That's a phone call. Be right back. It is important. What have they hung up? I just got called and got hung up on. What's going on? Yeah, it's the first fit record I got. I was never really interested in getting one, but I got one because it was gather round. I don't know it was going to be for the whole round, so I was just like, oh, that's cool. Prank called? It wasn't a prank call because I know exactly who it was. They might have accidentally called me because they were talking when they called me and then the phone just cut off. Big mark for the Saints. There we go. 33 points. Be right back, sorry. Sorry about that. I had the commentary. I had my headphones still on when I went to the kitchen, and it's like, and it's like 4 minutes into the first quarter, there was a Freo goal, and they've not scored since. Scored a goal since. Free allergic to playing football in general, apparently. What's going on today? Like, what on earth is happening? Here come the Saints again. How's Kilda not smashing them? Yeah, I know, right? They could have more. To be fair, in this game, there's a pretty big lead. In this game. Considering how low scoring it is. Oh! Goal for Freo! They got their first goal since 4 minutes into the game. Wow! Is it game on, guys? If they get one more in this quarter, then they'll match what Essendon did in the second, third, and fourth quarters yesterday. 3 goals in 3 quarters. I think your number's hiding, mate. Mark for the Saints. Another one. Back to 26 points. Alright, let me put this crisp packet in the fridge. I'll be right back. Fridge? In the bin, I mean. In the fridge. Flip's sake. Alright, here we go. Trumpet of Patriots? Who on earth is that? It could be a Tasmania. Are you sure? It is possible, I guess. I mean, who else is living in that club? It's a political party. A Trumpet of Patriots. Excuse me. These don't feel like two teams just outside the 8. It really doesn't. I feel like Richmond West Coast next week could be a better game than this. It's 32 points if he kicks this. 9:22 on the clock. Ryan Burns from just outside the 50. It's a big kick. It's not going to make the distance. It stayed on. Insufficient intent. Okay, it's a 3-0 free kick. You have a political party called Legalize Cannabis. Windhager Mark. It's not looking good, mates. Not looking good at all. This is an easier kick. And he's a good kick, he is. That's a behind. Well, they've hit 40 points. There's an animal justice party. How many parties you got? To be fair, the UK has quite a few as well, but I'm hearing these ridiculous names. Like in the UK, it's just like, oh, Labour, Conservatives, Liberal, Democrats, Green Party, and there's a few independents. Whereas you guys have got flipping. What was the Patriots Party name? Animal Justice Party? Legalized Cannabis Party? Like, what's going on? You have Nico Milana. Yeah, but he only runs for Mayor of London. He doesn't run for the general election. Marcus paid for Frio, yeah? Maybe a gift, but there's an opportunity. He did hold it for a couple seconds. There's a party called Firearms. It's another behind for Frio. Only Frio's fourth score today. I can't believe I put Frio sixth for my ladder predictions. What on earth is this team doing? We watched an absolute awful game yesterday between Essendon and North. I feel like both of those teams could beat Freo right now. Like, what is this performance? I feel like the Eagles would score more points than 14 by now. What is this game? Goal, Saints. Goal, Saints, 32 points now. 5:30 on the clock in the third quarter. Well, Ben was right. 70 points is enough to win this game. It might be less than 70 though. 70 is enough to win it easily. Yeah, Saints defensively today have been very good. I have noticed. Well, I mean, it is a big night for Longmire, as was claimed earlier. 12 inside 50s to 3 in the third quarter, in favour of the Saints, obviously. See, this pressure factor, 187 to 175. So what, Frio's pressure is almost as good as St Kilda's. Like, what's this pressure factor calculation? The AFL should explain this. Unless it's just a Fox thing, they should explain it then. I just noticed that McDonald's sign at Marvel Stadium, like a really small one, above the Marvel logo. Free kick Saints. Rowan Marshall, 4 minutes on the clock right about now, and he's missed. Surely Freo have to score a goal this quarter, right? Like, they need some sort of like confidence boost because it's just not happening for them. They've scored 2 goals in 3 quarters, bro. Like, what is this? It was the worst game you ever watched. Yeah, it's a fair shout. Freo have a score. It's a behind. Wow, guys. They're getting closer. $50 penalty to St Kilda. Is that the first one today? Feels like it. No, a second one today. Both towards the Saints. Oh, Sharman! What a goal! That's goal of the game. That's goal of the game. That's incredible. That's incredible. What a goal that was. What a bloody goal that was. Bro, that was incredible. That's got to be at the very least nominated for goal of the round. What on earth? Look at that. Look at that finish. Beautiful goal. You guys already know I'm a sucker for goals from the angle. Like, goals from the angle always get me excited. That was brilliant. There was a good one yesterday as well. I've can't remember which North player it was, but it was North scored a really good one from the angle as well. But that was even better, that one. Where 6 was lover. Where's Graz? Graz yesterday was in the stream saying we're gonna lose tomorrow. I'm just like, okay, well he was right. He was right about his team. I think 69's still complaining about the free kick in the first quarter. That wasn't a free kick. We shouldn't be losing. No, I mean, yeah, oh yeah, no, because Saints scored a goal, and he's saying should have been a free kick to Freo. That's what I meant. I was gonna say Dockers Lover might be at the game, but it's not in Perth. It's in Melbourne, so that's probably not the reason. But like Dockers Lover goes to like every home game, I'm pretty sure, but this is not a home game, so I don't know where Dockers Lover is. Maybe he's watching it with his family. Speaking of, I think this is a good time to bring up. Hello, Daniel. How are you doing? I'm considering going to. I'm considering not doing a stream for the grand final this year. That it will be the first time since 2018. The reason for that is because I want to experience it in a different way. So there's some sports bars in London that show the game. So I'll be watching the game with a bunch of people. I'm interested in doing that this year. I have to do it at some point. The main one that does it is Clapham Grand, but there's like a few other bars that do it. I think he should get this goal here. Oh my days, he's missed it. What on earth? Yeah, so like I got some here. Look. Oh, flip sake, I got a phone call. Sorry, I gotta take this phone call. I was gonna tell you about this Sorry about that, guys. Obviously, some of you remember that last year I found out I was losing my home and my job. Obviously, the job situation sorted out. I found out while watching the St Kilda Collingwood game at the MCG last year on holiday. Got back, I'm just like, oh, work is shutting down. Your home's getting knocked down. What's going on? Yeah, so my mom had a viewing earlier today. She had a viewing for a new flat they offered us. The rent is the same, um, and it's a brand new flat. It's just been built. Um, and yeah, she was talking about what the flat looks like, and I asked her questions about, oh, is there enough space for my setup, YouTube setup? And there is. And it's a really good flat based on what she's described it as. Do you guys not remember from last year when I was on holiday in Australia, 2024? St Kilda were playing Collingwood. I got a text from my work friend saying, "Oh, our workplace is shutting down." And then 2 days earlier from that, I got news that our flat's getting knocked down. We're getting everyone in the flat is getting rehoused and moved out. Obviously, the job I sorted out straight away, and then it's a big mark. And now it seems like the flat's sorted out. We had a view. Mum had a viewing just now, and she likes it. And based on the description, I like it. So yeah, once that's confirmed next week, then I find out when we're moving. I've been in this flat since I was 2 years old. I'm now 29, so it's quite a huge thing. There is a goal. I mean, the game was over in the third quarter. It's as I was saying earlier. I was about to say this before at 3/4 time, but like, so there's sports bars. The chat's blocking the way. Sorry. There's sports bars in London that show the AFL Grand Final. So there's this American-inspired one. So this is the Grand. This is like the most famous one. There's like a huge nightclub. As you can see, all these people watching. There's the Grand Final right there. Which one is that? That's 2017. That one. So this is the biggest one. This is the one that shows. This is the one you probably want to be at. That's the main one. The most popular one. They do it every year. Clapham Grand is called. And they show the grand final every year. Obviously, be an overnight experience because the game will be like 5:30 in the morning. Then there's one called Jet Lag Bar. So yeah, there's also this. Oh, this is like a private thing. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking to do this year. So for the first time since 2018. For the first time since 2018, I would not be streaming the grand final reaction probably. Bring Jason with me. No thanks. I don't know why he thinks we're friends. We're not. The guy's just weird. He hasn't contacted me once since I left school in 2012, and he's contacted and been going out with plenty of people from school in that time. All of a sudden, out of the blue, like 13 years later, he wants to meet up, and when I say no, he acts aggressive to me towards me in Instagram DMs. I'm just like, what's this guy on about? Freo have a goal! Freo have a goal! Way! No, we're not friends. We used to be kind of friends in school. But, like, we weren't friends after we finished school. He was acting proper aggressive as well in my DMs when I said I don't want to meet up. I'm just like, Not seen you in 13 years, mate. The first time you thought to contact me since then. Also, on top of that, like, secondary school are the worst years of my life. Like, by far. Like, secondary school is the reason I got these bags under my eyes. People think it's just simply, oh, he doesn't sleep much. Nah. I was in a very dark place in secondary school. I had a lot of sleepless nights. That's where this comes from. It's just from 15 years ago. So me personally, I don't. It just doesn't feel good to me contacting people from that period of my life because it's just not. To me, it's just not like. There's a few that I follow on Instagram that I'm okay with, that I'm cool with, but like, I've never met on any of them since I've left school. Why does he comment on my streams all the time? He's just trying to get me to meet up. That's all it is. He only cares about that. I don't think he really cares about the channel. Because me personally, like, I don't like telling people to F off. I'm just not that kind of person. I don't like to tell people, go away. And that's one of my biggest flaws, actually. Because sometimes it's as simple as just, please go away. But I don't even like to say that. What was that from Bolton? That sums up Frio's game today. Multiple reasons, mate. I don't want to get into it, but there's multiple reasons. But I'll be vague about it. It's a mix between how I got treated at school by both other kids and also teachers as well. Experiences I had at school, and also at home as well. Life weren't so good at home either. And that's all I'll say. I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to go into detail, but I'll just be very vague. There was multiple different things, both school and outside of school. Not just at home, but also just outside of school as well. Secondary school was an awful time for me. Awful time. When I left secondary school, things got better for me. I went to college, Barnet College, and I was happier there. Yeah, I had good friends at Barnet College. Studied a bit accountancy there. Then I went to uni. Uni was good too. Met a lot of good people there as well. But secondary school, oh my days. I loved primary school. Primary school was great. Secondary school, oh my days. Worst years of my life, by far. Yeah, everything's better now. I still get annoyed by people saying, "Why you got bags under your eyes?" If you look on my vlog channel, if you go to the iPhone 16 Pro unboxing, there's like 4 people in the comments saying, "What's wrong with your eyes?" I'm just like, piss off. I just don't reply anymore because I don't want to explain it every single time to someone who asks. Might just make a video on it though. It'd be funny. Because someone said I got panda eyes. I'm just like, that's got to be a video, mate. And one thing I'll also say is, when I was picked on at school, not one person stood up for me, and that I think matters to me quite a lot. So like someone like Jathan, yeah, he didn't pick on me, but he never stood up for me. So it's like, and then like after school, because like I had like 50 people on I had like 100 people on Facebook from my school. So like people were meeting up after they left school. I was never invited, and Jathan was part of that. All of a sudden, 13 years later, he wants to meet up. I'm just like, you don't want to meet up after we left school, mate. You wanted to meet up with all the other people. I'm just like. And then when I say no, he's acting aggressive towards me in the DMs. What's going on? But yeah, that's the only detail. Like, there's a lot of detail and context to my secondary school years. I just don't want to bring it up. It's just a long day. Like, if I made a video on that, it'd be like 2 hours long probably. Nah, I don't think it would actually. Maybe an hour, but at least half an hour. Maybe he wants to make things right. Nah, I'm good. Like, there are a few people from that school I would meet up with, but he's not one of them. But yeah, just personally, I just want to just get away from that whole experience. I don't mind talking. I don't mind like DMing though. If someone wanted to talk but not meet up, I'd be like, okay, I can be cool with that. I forgot when I went to the kitchen to put the crisp in the bin. I also went to the fridge to get a ginger beer. Wait, is that the mic? Yeah, that's the mic. I could just put the mic here. Not that it matters. Like you all know I'm talking. Hello, how you doing? I don't want to shout. I don't want to break your ears. Still, one of my best purchases was purchasing this arm, this thing here, this thing that is clamped to my table, and I can just adjust it like this. It's one of the best things I bought. The game is dead, yes. That's a behind. Yeah, I agree, Epic Indian. Primary school was also nostalgic for me too. The food was great. The classes were fun. Lunchtime was fun. I had one really bad year of primary school though, but not because of the kids or anything, but because of me. There was a year, right, where I missed like a month of school overall. So I don't know if I did it in story time on this channel. I probably did, but I once ran into a window. Yeah, it's as funny as it sounds. I was drinking from a water fountain outside, and there was this girl behind me rushing me like, "Come on, I want to drink some water. It's time to go in. Hurry up, hurry up." I was like, "Yeah, I'm hurrying up. Let me drink my water first." Drank the water I wanted to drink because I was in a hurry. There was a window next to me, a window frame, um, and I went head first into the frame, into the corner. Yeah, started bleeding on head to toe. Got an ambulance out of school. I was out for a week and a half, I think, or 2 weeks. I also had diarrhea, which took me out for a week. Got it from homemade chips. Um, and I also had the chicken pox as well. Week and a half that took me out. That was all in the same year of primary school. I also missed science week because of it, and that's the best week of the year at my primary school. What are my primary schools doing? I went to a church school, Latimer All Saints, Church of England Primary School. You can Google that one. Where'd you get the info that GTA is delayed? Who said? Did you know that originally Avengers was meant to come out yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago? Like the next Avengers movie would have been a couple of days ago. Did Ethan just say lesbians are weird? That's a weird conversation changer. What's going on? 9 minutes on the clock. Yep, World Cup 2026. I'm curious about possibly going to a World Cup game. If I can get to one in, because I kind of want to see a game at the Aztec Stadium in Mexico. Probably be quite hard to get a ticket for that. Mexicans are obviously very passionate. But I'd love to like fly to Mexico, watch a game at that stadium, and go back home again. I'd love to watch the final instead, but I feel like it'd be easier to try and get a group stage game. Oh, there's Graz. Welcome. Worst free game you've ever watched. That's saying something. Free had some bad games. I'm still annoyed that when I had a ticket, I had a ticket to an England group stage game at the Euros, but I sold it because there was doubts about COVID. They couldn't guarantee that the game would be played with fans. So I sold my ticket because I thought, oh, it might be cancelled due to COVID, and then it wasn't. No, the game wouldn't. Not the game. I mean, like I thought they would like limit the fans. They didn't limit the fans, and I was pissed because I wanted to see a tournament game for one, and I wanted to see England play in the tournament, and I was robbed of both on my superstition. Literally. Good poll for you. Yes, I've heard of that 69. It's all over Twitter. Who would win? One gorilla, 100 men. Oh, it's touched. I think it's touched. They're gonna review it though, maybe. Oh, it's given the go actually. Hundred Gorillas versus 07 Chris Benoit. Yeah, I saw that as well. 100 Gorillas versus 2009 Randy Orton was another one I saw. 1 gorilla versus Super Cena. 100 gorillas versus Super Cena. Well, Ben said 70 points was not to win the game. They're 76 now. I think it's safe to say the Saints are safe. I think it's safe to say now they've won the game. Saints have more goals than Freo have scores. Saints have more behinds than Freo have scores. Another one for the Saints. The thing with the 100 men thing, right? The way people argue about it, they're acting like they'd all be hitting at the same time. Which that wouldn't happen. You wouldn't get all 100 men hitting the grill at the same time. That's the first flaw. And when the gorilla kills like 5 people, some people are just gonna back off. They're not gonna keep going. As soon as 5 people die, the rest of them gonna be like, I'm not sure about this. They're gonna start to hesitate as well. People don't account for that. Nah, mate. West Coast Eagles got flags. What have you got? They've won how many premierships? 4, right? You don't think it's an AFL game when the team has got under 30 points for a whole game in decent conditions? Well, they've got 3 minutes 25 to change that. Ooh. Oh, what a goal. 88. What are those maths, mate? 80 plus 10 is not 100. Oh, the other 10 already dead? What's going on? They're losing to St Kilda by 61 points, a couple of weeks after losing to Melbourne. Hello Luke, how you doing? Sorry, just watching a video on the flat my mum saw earlier. That's why I'm distracted. Stupid idiots hopefully by the end of the month, but I can't guarantee it yet. I'm focused on prioritizing my second channel reaction videos, and it's still nowhere near being done yet. Well, it's not going to be done because I do it every. It's just like 3 videos a week. But I mean, like, there's videos I got recorded from last month that I got to edit still. But I still got to edit. I got to edit a video for each week at the same time, so it's just it's getting a bit much. Damn it, Ben! We've jinxed it. Freo have scored more than 30 points. Don't you help me? How are you going to do that? "15 seconds to go. Goal Saints. 94 points. And to think this was so low scoring for most of it. Like, if I just woke up now and just opened the app, I would have been like, oh, the Saints smashed Freo today. And they did, but like, the context is like so much different. You wouldn't think it was both teams are low scoring for a whole half. When was the last time a team only scored 33 points? There is the siren. Well, considering the games they got this weekend, the fact we've had the Thursday and Friday games the way we have them is crazy. Oh my days. West Coast scored 26 v Hawthorn 2023. I guess that was the last time it was that low then. The Saints have gone marching in indeed. I mean, Saturday looks very good. You know, you got Dogs Port, Crows Carlton, Collingwood Geelong, West Coast Melbourne. We'll see if the game's any good when it actually happens, but the other 3 games are pretty good. Sunday, you got Sydney GWS and Brisbane Gold Coast, which I could definitely react to, because normally Sunday games are very early, but that's a night game. That's at the same time as this. Well, it's 20 minutes earlier than this game, but still. Hawthorn Richmond. I think Hawthorn Richmond's in the right place. Like, it's not like a huge game anyway at the moment. Obviously, I'd like it to be a night game, but I think it makes sense why it's not. It's more sensible, that one. Let me put the next scoreboard on. I put the West Coast scoreboard on at the top on purpose, because that's going to be watching both games tomorrow. So let's add this one in. and we are almost ready. I'll do the thumbnail later. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. It's been a good stream today. It's actually been, I'm pretty sure it's been one of the highest viewed streams this season, which is ironic considering how bad the game was. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. Richmond Gold Coast, a lot of people watched that one. A lot of people watched that one. It's got like more than double like every other stream. To be fair, Carlton Hawthorn did got quite a lot, but I was only like, I only did 1/4 of that game. A lot of people watched that game, watched that reaction, even the second half reaction of Richmond Carlton. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the stream, and barring me waking up late, I'll be back tomorrow for the 2 games on screen right now. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. I'm heading to work, and I got work tomorrow as well, but I'm off on Sunday. But yeah, work's not going to be fun because Friday is normally the busiest day of the week. And goodbye.